Yes, guys, what's up? So I'm doing another video right now, and you know, this is the thing, right? I don't know what I'm gonna talk about right now. I don't know who I'm gonna mention, right? But I'm talking about boxing. You know, new young boxing prospects, lions, whatever you wanna call them, right? Future of boxing, and we're gonna work our way up. And I'm gonna miss a lot of fighters out because I'm doing this off the bat first. So please forgive me in advance. And if you guys think that there are fighters who you think will be like, you know, taking over the sport and stuff, and they're very, very good and they're looking really good, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'm going to be sure to check them out. And if I haven't like seen them fight or whatever, right, I'll take a look at your comments. I always do. So, number one on the list for me is Canelo Alvarez. I explained that Canelo, I don't think he lost to Lara. I felt he won. I think Canelo's exciting. I think he's got the style. I think he's got everything to be. He's already got a pay-per-view audience. I think win or lose, he fights everyone at least. Okay, he's got power. He knows how to adjust now in the ring. He's learning how to adjust in the ring. He faced the worst style that he possibly could have on Lara for him, and he came out with a win. Irrespective if you feel Lara won or lost, he came out with a win. A lot of people felt Canelo won the fight. You know, it is where it is. Canelo won on the judges' scorecards, and I don't think he's going to get a much harder fight than that anytime soon. Okay, another fighter is Triple G Gennady Golovkin. I think Triple G Gennady Golovkin is a tremendous boxer. I think he can box. I think he's got too much power. I think it's going to be very difficult in his weight class for anyone to come and beat him. I think he's still fighting 3 times a year. He's got many fights left in him. I just can't see who's going to come and beat him. I think Cotto comes. I think Cotto loses. You know, truthfully, I think Cotto loses. Canelo comes. That's going to be a good fight, but win or lose, them 2 fighters are both going to be still around. So I think them 2 fighters, first of all, are really good. Another fighter I want to mention and give a shout out to is Mikey Garcia. I spoke to Mikey. Mikey, in my opinion, is a tremendous boxer. I think that he's being touted as the next, not Manny Pacquiao, but like he's going to take over the throne in the lower weight classes because of how good he is at boxing. He's undefeated. Very good. Okay, very, very good fighter. Very good boxer, very underrated. You know, people are going to say Terence Crawford and this and that. Terence Crawford is also a very good fighter, but I think Mikey beats him stylistically right now. Terence Crawford is another fighter who could potentially be another young lion, but I'm not going to put him in this list. I'm saying Mikey Garcia. Okay, so we've said the fighters, you know, main fighters now. Who else do I think is a young, up-and-coming fighter who's going to really, you know, hit the spot? I think Kell Brook could, but I think Kell Brook gets beat because of the division he's in. I rate Kell Brook, don't get me wrong, I rate him. I think that Kell Brook, after what he did with Sean Paul, might just, you know, for me, my respect, because I never doubted Kell Brook as a fighter too much. It was just more that he wasn't fighting anyone. That was the main thing. But I rate Kell, right? I rate him. And the thing is that I think that Kell Brook could pose a threat to many fighters. But I mean, if you put him in there against Thurman, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Maidana, I just named 4 fighters there. Can you guys really honestly say that Kell Brook destroys them all? You know, even Amir Khan. I mean, you look at these fights, they're difficult fights, you know. It's a packed division, the 147 division. Therefore, I think it's going to be difficult for him to establish himself with such lions in the 147 division. There's too many of them. But I think he will win and lose, and that's what boxing's about, you know. That's what boxing's about. You know, you don't have to win every fight. So I'm going to put Kell Brook in this thing, but I just don't think that Kell Brook's going to be that guy at the top. So, moving on, who else is there, right? I think that we can look at someone like who else is there? I was gonna say someone. Oh right, I want to talk about Andre Ward. Andre Ward, right? Rock Nation, is it Rock Nation? I think it is. Jay-Z's, whatever, right? They want to buy out his thing with Dan Goosen and try and get Andre Ward on board. If they can do that with the Goosen Promotions, buy Andre Ward out, man, they smashed it, because Ward is not someone who's going to lose anytime soon. But the thing is, Ward is getting a little bit old. You know, he's getting a little bit old. But he's still got a number of fights left in him. I think he could potentially take over boxing. But when we're talking young prospects, people are going to say, all these guys young? No, they're not all young. But they've got a few years left, good number of years left. And they're not Mayweather, Pacquiao level. Who else is there, man? Let me think. I know a fighter I haven't spoken about yet. Is Adrian Broner the next thing in boxing? I think Broner. You see, when we look at these fighters, there are certain fighters, right, who will lose, but they're still gonna be up there in that limelight because of the excitement and thrill, and that they can box and they can beat a lot of fighters, but they'll lose a few against elite level, really good fighters. I think Braun is one of them that he will lose, but he's just too much of a wicked ass fighter, too much of a wicked personality to be forgotten about, and he's too exciting in boxing right now. Look at the Taylor fight; it was just wicked. It was very exciting. He was meant to walk through Taylor, but you know he didn't. But you know, still exciting, very exciting. Another fighter is Danny Swift Garcia now. Danny Garcia is undefeated, 140-pound fighter. I think if he stays at 140, I don't think anybody can beat him. I don't think there's anybody at 140 who can beat Danny Garcia. I don't think Matisse beats him in a rematch. I don't think Bronner beats him. I don't think Peterson beats him. I think Danny Garcia can knock them out. I think he can outbox. I think he can hurt you. I think he's too big at 140 now. But if he moves up to 147, Danny Garcia's finished. He'll get destroyed by a number of fighters up there. That's the truth. 147, I've done. 154, I've done. 160. George Groves, James DeGale. Sorry, but no. I don't see them. I see them getting beat by one another. I see them losing to someone. I see flaws. I see flaws. They're good fighters, but I see flaws. I think George Groves could be very good, but I just don't think he can hold a big shot. That's the truth of it. I think he's a good fighter, but I just don't think he can hold a big, tremendous shot. I think the one division that's difficult to put a reading on in terms of young lions is the 147 because it's so stacked. I mean, who do we choose, man? There's so many fighters in that division. It's difficult, but anyway, forget 147. I mean, what other divisions are there? I mean, that is basically it. I mean, then you go to heavyweight, you go to Walt's division. I've already mentioned. Froch, Groves, DeGale, blah blah blah. I've said it all. I think. Who do you guys think is going to be the next thing in boxing? The next hot fighter. I think it's going to be Canelo at the top. I still think it's going to be Canelo at the top. I can't see anyone being pay-per-view value like Canelo. I don't think anybody's going to beat it once Pacquiao Mayweather retire. You know what you think? Leave your comments in the section below. Subscribe as always. I'm getting a bit tired now. I think I'm going to wrap it up, call it a night, upload these videos in a bit, guys. Thank you.